strangers is verboten, how on earth do you meet people?
I am bored. What should I do?
Ah, ich weiß.
Hallo und willkommen, ich bin Meister Lenz and you're watching Get Germanized Snapchat Q&A. If you want to be in the next episode, make sure to, well, follow me on Instagram and Snapchat and possibly Twitter in the future as well, and Facebook and just follow me on my social media. That will be helpful in any case. Links for everything in the video description. Make sure to check out my gaming channel on YouTube, Get Germanized Gaming. I play video games on there and also live stream them on twitch.tv/getgermanized. If you enjoy the vlogs that I put out or used to put out on Get Germanized, well, I made a new channel for them. It's called Life the World. My travel videos will be posted there from now on out, so make sure to subscribe to that channel as well. Like I said, links for everything in the video description.
What's your favorite music festival in Germany?
What's my favorite music festival in Germany? Well, that must be the Rock am Ring festival. It's one of the festivals I have attended most often so far. And, well, as the name says, it's about rock music and metal music and stuff like that. Also has some other acts sometimes, some pop acts and some, well, electronic acts and stuff like that. Changes every year, the lineup, obviously. It's more similar to the Download Festival in the UK, I'd say, from like what kind of bands go there. I actually made an entire video together with my friend Vlog Dave about the most popular festivals in Germany. Also, I'm gonna link that in the video description for you to watch. So let me know what you think and what your favorite festival in Germany is, or in your country, that is.
I'm learning German, and it really pronounced R's. How would one go about pronouncing those R's?
How to go about pronouncing these German R's? Well, that's a question I get very often, and that's why I made videos about it. Also linked in the video description.
My question is, do you have any anime that you would recommend to people aside from the shows that you've already mentioned are some of your favorites, and what do you think of Future Diaries?
Thank you for that anime question. What my favorite animes are, apart from the ones I already mentioned, what I think of Future Diaries. Future Diaries I just started watching. It's pretty good so far. It's about like someone getting a diary on their phone that tells them what happens during the day. Like they haven't experienced it yet, so it's a future diary, right? So they see what's gonna happen and they can act accordingly, and some other people that also have future diaries of different kinds are trying to kill each other and him, and so it's about that really. Interesting so far, definitely. My favorite anime, well, among them Neon Genesis Evangelion, Attack on Titan, Death Note, Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece, the classics, right? Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. I recently watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, really enjoyed that, really cool. Also, I was told, I haven't watched that one yet, but that Berserk is a really good horror anime, I wanted to check that out. And Parasite apparently is really cool too, I want to watch that. And Monster, those are all horror anime, so if you don't like that, don't watch it. But yeah. So many. I might include a little list in the video description. I can't think of everything right now, so.
Why did Germans struggle to say the word squirrel?
That is a good question. Probably because it includes some sounds that Germans don't really use usually. So if you don't practice a sound, well, if you don't use it in your daily life or in your language at all, then your mouth and your throat most likely won't know how to form those sounds, right? I noticed that, for example, in a video where I tried to speak Arabic. A German attempting to speak Arabic, it was called, and there were sounds that I have never tried to produce ever in my life, and I was like, what? How do they do that? Like, I don't even know where to start with that sound. So I think squirrel is definitely something, if you don't practice it, squirrel, right? If you don't practice saying squirrel, then it's going to be difficult. So I think it's all about practice and training the mouth and the throat. Sounds weird, aber das ist so. I mean, same question I could ask is, why do English speakers struggle saying Eichhörnchen? It's quite easy to me.
Hello, Dominic. I'm going to Germany soon as an exchange student, and I wonder how German people find Scandinavian people in general.
How Germans find Scandinavian people in general? Well, again, I mean, you want me to generalize, but I kind of cannot generalize because I haven't talked to every single German out there. But as far as I know, they associate them with, well, blonde hair, blue eyes. I mean, it's it's fitting when we look at you. And mostly I think many people think that Scandinavian people are quite beautiful because they have these Nordic standards or whatever you want to call them, where they have blue eyes and blonde hair and all that. I know that not everyone does. Like, I'm not the typical German either. I don't have blue eyes and stuff like that. So I know it's not going to be everyone. But that's just, I think, what many people associate those countries with. Also, good education, free education. You hear of that every now and then in the media as well. They're like high standards when it comes to education and stuff like that. So good things generally, I'd say. So don't worry and enjoy your time in Germany.
Hey, what's up, Get Germanized? I just want to know approximately how long did it take you to learn English?
How long did it take me approximately to learn English? Well, that depends on what skill level we're talking about. Basic English, to construct sentences and have easy conversations, maybe a year or two, I guess. But to reach the fluency that I've reached now, such fluency, well, I mean, definitely longer. If you look at my early videos, you can see when I spoke English back then, I was very hesitant, more shy, and my pronunciation wasn't all that great. So that was, I don't know, I mean, I started learning English when I was in 5th grade, and that is quite some time ago, over 12 years. So, yeah.
Do you plan on doing any meetups soon?
If I plan on doing any meetups soon, yes. We're gonna do that in Cologne on the 16th of September at 4 p.m. Germany time, that's 16 Uhr in German, in front of the Cologne Dome. We're gonna hang out in front of the Cologne Dome for a couple of hours. And you can ask me questions, take photos with me, let me sign stuff, whatever you want, really.
My question is, what do Germans think of British people? What do you think of Germany? If you have a driving license, say in the UK, do you then have to take another test for a driving license if you want to live in Germany? Or can you still use the same?
What do Germans think of British people? What do I think about Germany? And if you have a British driver's license, do you need to take a test in Germany? Let's start with the last question. No, you don't need to take a test, I don't think. At least you can just translate your driver's license into German and then drive here, at least for a couple of months, I think, without having to take any tests. After that, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe some Germans know more about that and can help you out, or I will look it up and then can help you in the comments as well. And what do I think about Germany? Well, Germany is a great country, has great culture, nature, food. I like the food. The beer is great. I like Germany a lot, actually. Otherwise I would be gone already, I think. And what do Germans think about British people? And well, I mean, there is this old stereotype that British food is terrible. When I went there, it was fine. Like, I don't know. I mean, you have to get used to like beans on toast and stuff like that, like baked beans on toast, and the whole breakfast mush that you get, something like this bubble stuff, and like they have some foods that I was like, okay, all right, I have to get used to this, but in the end it was fine. And yeah, I don't think it is as bad as people make it out to be. Same with the stereotype that English people have very bad teeth. Didn't find that to be true. I mean, there's always people with bad teeth, but generally people want to have good teeth, right? So I guess they look after themselves and make sure that they're not crooked and yellow. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, there's a stereotype that when Germans talk about England, they usually refer to London, and that annoys British people a lot, which I understand. It's the same for me with people talking about Germany and meaning Bavaria. So I understand that. But yeah, I don't know. We like British people mostly. I mean, there is a kind of rude nickname called Inselaffe, like island monkey, for British people. I don't think people use that anymore, though. I made the mistake to talk about that term, just to explain that it existed once at an English pub. And the faces of the barkeeper when I said that and when it was translated to him by my friend wasn't so great. So don't talk about that with your friends in England. It's probably not a good idea, because I was so drunk and he called me cheeky monkey and I was just like, ah, we have a word for you with monkey as well. Haha, isn't that funny? I didn't mean to call him that, I just wanted to explain that it existed. Big mistake.
Guten Tag. One thing I don't understand is, if speaking to strangers is verboten, how on earth do you meet people?
Speaking to strangers is not verboten in Germany, but Germans tend to keep to themselves, often at least, when they're out and about. I mean, I kind of sometimes speak to strangers, but I don't know. I mean, I don't want to generalize here, but I think it is not that common to well, if you sit on a train, to just, hey, how are you? What you doing? Where you going? Because some people might think it's creepy. And I just keep to myself when I do that. But it's not like I would never talk to strangers or that it's like forbidden. I don't think that. No, that's not it at all. How I meet strangers very often is through friends, because they're friends with them already, and then you meet them at a party or something like that, at a social event, social gathering, and that is more, well, normal to most people, I would say, than being talked to in the streets. But then again, I hear that many women these days, for example, are frustrated that, well, men don't have the guts to talk to them anymore out and about. So I don't really know. I really don't know. Maybe it's just me. That's it for today's Snapchat Q&A. Hope you enjoyed it. And apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.